Well, hi everyone, I've got the car back in the garden now. I'm going to start washing it down. There's the next day. I'm going to first blow off all the pine needles and then give it a good old washing. So that's about it. Let's see what we've got. Okay, now we clean the engine up. I've loosened all the bolts to the cam covers here, and I'm going to check the condition of the cam lobes. I looked through this guy and that one looks really nice, so fingers crossed it all looks pretty good. So there's a couple of wraps. I labelled the spark plug wires just to get those out of the way, and I label them 1, 2, 3, 4 standing in the front of the engine, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know that's not the right order as far as firing order, but that's what I remember, and then I'll just put them all back. So anyway, let's see what's underneath this guy. Oh, that looks pretty darn clean actually. Let me get in for a close-up. Get focused here, there we go. They all look really nice, actually looks very clean. On the 3.5 and whether that's the same, actually that looks a little different. Maybe they are the same, but there's these plastic clips that you've got to make sure that you replace periodically, because the heat cycles and everything, they dry out, and I've heard of cases where this oiler tube can come disconnected from these cam towers and fall into the engine and cause problems, to say the least. It's got the you can see the guides there. There's no play on that chain whatsoever. That looks all very clean. So overall that looks a very clean set of cams there. That's real good news on this side. So let's put the cover back on, because I don't want to get any dust in there, and check the other one out and get that phone. Before I cover the engine back up again, I'm going to pour some mystery oil all over here. It's pretty dry, those lobes, but just as a kind of a preservative and peace of mind really. So get these just coated up with a little oil. Just a little drop on each cam. Getting everywhere, but yeah. get these tightened up and then work on to the other side. Just gives those a little tighten up, not over tight. They don't need to be tight. And obviously whoever ends up with this car, I'm sure we'll do a valve adjustment on them, which would be a good idea. So, and obviously you're going to need new gaskets. So that's just held in place real light. Spilled a bit of oil on the header there, so now we know this side's really nice shape. I did notice in passing the oil is pretty darn clean, and it was a little overfilled actually, and I'm wondering whether they filled the bores up with oil and that just wicked its way down. Transmission fluid, I'll show you that. Oops. Transmission fluid, you can see that's nice and clean. Don't smell funny either, so that's a good sign. Let's check the power steering fluid and then we'll work our way around the other side. Okay, if you can hear people in the background, it's because we're still doing a yard sale here. So okay, this is the driver's side cam. Again, they look really good. Okay, that one's obviously upside down there, but you can see the cams are beautifully, they're no scoring whatsoever, these two upside down, so that looks good right there. So I'm assuming this one's fine because it looks like it was pretty well looked after, and the overall area looks pretty clean. Very good. And I'm not familiar with the 3.5. My 4.5 has blue injectors. I'm not sure. These are yellow, these ones. I've only ever seen blue ones. So is that normal? You guys probably know more than I would about that. So again, another good result. Nice cams on this side as well. So let's get check the old fluid for the steering. See how clean it is. Just give me indicators, you see. Levels down, but again, that looks really clean. I think someone looked after this car. Obviously this is the 3.5 with the air suspension. The air suspension pump is actually way down there, the compressor, as opposed to the 6.3, which is up there behind the steering pump. As you can see, it's cleaned up okay. I mean, it's got some discoloration on the intakes manifolds there, but not a big deal. Got a little bit of surface rust on the mainframe here, but nothing, not a big, any rot through or anything like that. Now, I have put a battery on it, and the ignition comes on, the lights come on, indicators, headlights, all that stuff, but we've got nothing once I go to turn the key, so I'm assuming that's the starter motor. I'm not sure that I'm going to go that far and get the starter going and that, or whether I'm just going to try and just sell it on as it is. I've got limited time, you see, I've got so much going on. So anyway, we'll see about that. It's obviously got a new reservoir on the top of the master cylinder there. Looks like a fairly new vacuum hose someone's put on there. The coil doesn't look that old. There's the denatured alcohol pot there with the tube has rotted off of it. Obviously you're going to need a new one of those. Now we do have that leveling valve. I'm sure the Eagle Eyes members have seen that the valve is missing, but I do have that in a box. So radiator looks in pretty good shape. fans are not all bent up and everything, little discoloration there, not a big deal. Overall it's a fairly tidy engine bay really, for what it's been through, you know, sitting up there for years on end. Okay, I got the air control valve all bolted on. Obviously this, I just left this on just for reference really. Just is obviously this goes here, like so. Obviously you need a new one of those. So that's all bolted on. It does move, freedom of movement here. And here's the little connector here. And there's also another one there by the looks of it. So anyway, so you can connect that up. This is operable. Let me set it here so you've got a reference point, and then go and move it, and then you'll see that it is moving. Now you pull it, there you go. See, that would pull it to there. So anyway, so we've got a good cable. Probably a good idea to lubricate all that, but okay, that's that. And this light does come on, which is kind of nice. That works. Give you a pan and shot. Like I say, if you've got any questions, just let me know. The air filter house, I've got a little rust, I'll show you. It's over here actually. Now, relatively new air filter on there, so I think the guy tried to look after it when he had it. You know, that's a fairly new one. That's that. So this is the air filter cap. Obviously surface rust, that's pretty easy to take care of. Obviously I've blown out the casing. I'm not sure where that is. It's around here somewhere. Obviously repainted to make it look a million times better. Got the battery hooked up. You'll see the lights come on, and just turn it, and I'm not hearing anything from the rear as far as the fuel pump, you know. Headlights are working. This one is showing red. Now I'm not familiar with the air suspension to know what that indicates. Whether that's high or low position, I'm not sure. That's the hazards, and check the headlights. That pull is for fog lights, which show you here. So we've got headlights, that fog light's out. Oh, that was working earlier. Maybe I got the wrong switch on. Oh, I thought that was working. Okay, so the body. Overall, the body's pretty straight condition. I'll point you out what I've noticed so far about the body. Now, obviously, state the obvious here. The hood, as far as the paint is shot on these two valleys here. I don't know whether it's just a bad paint job, but that seems to have failed on the hood. But I've actually sprayed it with a acid etch, and that will arrest the rusting, and it's coated in a phosphor coating now, so any rust areas I've sprayed it with like I say, rust etch, which will arrest that. So you can see it's trickled down there, it's had an effect on it. So anyway, so that's the hood. We do have one dent in this fender here, but overall the fender's looking pretty good shape. It's got those chrome spats things on, which I'm not overly keen. The door is not bad shape. Checking underneath, it's pretty clear underneath. What I did notice on this door is there is a rust hole here, which is an unusual place. Now if someone is handy, they can weld that up, or I think I may have a passenger side door that I could throw in with the deal to save you worrying about that. So that's not a deal killer. There you go. So like I say, the other one was all rusty here for some reason, but this is a good door. This is, and it's funny enough, the same blooming colour. So obviously you have that, and that's no good to me. And it will help you out as far as replacement. Now, as far as the chrome trim, I'm not sure. I assume that just screws on here. Hopefully that's transferable. But anyway, so we can chat about that. Put that back. The chrome on this door, passenger door, is in really nice shape. This is a bit discoloured. Probably good with a... Not sure what this stuff is actually, what kind of metal this is, and it's got a coating on it. But this chrome is in really nice shape. And also the A-pillar chrome. So that's that door. Door card is in okay shape. I've cleaned it. It's kind of okay. I mean, I was absolutely exhausted cleaning this because it is so filthy. The wood is delaminating up here. That is the veneer delaminating. That's not just the finish. So now these woods are on this frame are shot completely. They just peeled off. So you're going to need a passenger side front door wood set. I'm not sure what I have. I can go and look for that. Now on the inside here, I'm not going to talk about the interior yet, but just the door aperture. This, I've got a rust hole here. I repaired one similar to that on my 6.3. It wasn't too bad. A competent welder can weld a patch in there. Kind of an unusual place, you know. It gets caught in underneath that rubber mat and stuff, and then gets hidden and no one sees it. I'm going to talk about the inside in a minute. Like I say, I'm peeling this stuff off as I see it, just to make sure there's no other surprises for anybody. This is the typical dried stuff with the adhesive left there. Overall, the aperture's not bad. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This door. Now, I've noticed on this one, I've got a little rust on the door skin underneath there. I'll go back to that in a minute, but chrome, very nice shape really, for sitting out in the woods all that time. Door handle's in pretty good. I've got this on because this passenger door, the lock is not activating and it's not staying shut. I find if you pump a bunch of lubricant in, they do end up releasing, so that may end up releasing and holding shut itself, but that's why the bungee's there. Again, door card in okay shape. Kind of got this mottled effect on top that is washed off with the cleaner. Now I don't know what, it's a weird kind of mottling effect. But anyway, the wood here, a bit buckled. The window frame wood is shot. Again, so passenger side window frame rear you're going to need. Okay, there we go. I haven't peeled this back yet because I just haven't, but I mean this sort of thing you need to replace anyway, so let me get, hold on. Okay, I just peeled that off and there's no rust under there. You can feel there's a little moisture under there, that's why these can cause problems. So let's check this under door a minute. Yeah, it's difficult to see with this strong backlighting, but trust me, there's a little bit of bubbling under here, a little bit here, little rust through here on this. Oh, I wish I could get a bit of light in here. See, I don't know why the camera does that, but anyway, yeah, a little bit of rust there on the corner. So that needs addressing. Okay. Everything else is pretty clean. Now, before we go further on, rocker condition appears to be in very nice shape. You've got a little bend here, but just a bit of flaky paint. All of it seems to be in really nice shape. All of this under here, where I had problems with my 6.3, the under seal is a little flaky, but there doesn't appear to be any rust, or just surface rust, you know. So you can see some of the undercoat is just peeled, but it appears to be very solid under there all the way along. Again, another little dent under here, and oh, it does look like someone might have done some. I'm on my knees with my shorts, so hold on. Okay. That does look like someone's done a repair of some sort there. There's the drain hole. There's a drain hole. Feels a little blocked actually. So that looks like someone's done a repair here, but kind of a shitty coating he's put on there, just at this corner here. Like I say, I can go further if someone wants me to start digging in a lot deeper. You can see this undercoating is just peeling off under there, and in a way that's a good thing because it's not holding any moisture, it's just peeling off, see. Let's have a look here. Yeah, that's alright. There is a bit of a hole there. Yeah, there is a bit of a hole there in this front valance here. Yeah, there is some rot in here. You get in there, so you can see it. There is some rot on this floor front here. Seems to be just localized right in this area. And then there's a couple of little holes here. So this area obviously needs investigating. Yeah. Mainly on the floor. So a good mechanic or a good welder will be able to sort that out. As you know from my videos, you know, I was having a lot more problems around here, but this one has got a bit of on the floor here. So that's one thing you got to pay heed to. Okay, right, moving along. So we've done the door there. Underside here, like I say, looks very solid. Even by the suspension mounts, look really good. We do have a little bit of bubbling here. Looks like surface rust there. Little bubbling, probably round by the moulding mount. A little bit of bubbling here by the drainage hole, that we know there's a drain hole right underneath this trim. Little dented chrome here, a bit more bubbling. Let's look on the inside of the trunk. Now this is very clean. Let me get that. There we go. Okay, so this is very clean in here. This well here, it's got a little bit of surface rust, and there's a real eggy smell in here now because I treated it with the acid etch to fight any surface rust. So this is very solid. There's a little surface rust here and on this side of this support beam here, but generally this is completely serviceable. This on the other side, we do have a little bit of rot away at this support beam. Someone's tried to do some kind of repair here, but the floor is really solid, so that's a bonus. We've got a little bit of surface rust coming in on these corners, nothing that's taken real deep hold, and also just a little bit in that wire channel. I've treated it with the acid etch just to arrest it, so, and a little bit at the back there. Okay, on that back, oh, back corner back there and here. So, and obviously mouldings, I mean the trunk seal is shot. There has been moisture getting in there, but luckily it's been draining out as well. Obviously don't even have to mention window seals, they're obviously got to be done. Chrome is in okay condition. Tarnished, you know, that where it goes kind of that flat look. No obvious dents in the roof. I did notice the sunroof has got a little distortion here. And they got these metal things and I have no idea what that is, what someone's been up to in here. I did notice the motor is working when I tried to operate it when I had the key on. So that's something you have to pay heed to, you know. Looks like someone's just painted it, you know, with it just in situ like that, not taking it out, not doing a proper job of it. So that's that. Hood does look, the rear trunk lid looks in pretty good shape. Oh, there we go. Pretty decent shape actually. Notice the lock does stick a little bit, but you can open it, not out too much problem. There is no jack. Little bubbling here. And I think that's just paint defects here. I'd say the paint is really pretty flat looking. I don't know whether this kind of scummy look would come off with a wet sanding or whatever, but someone will probably just end up repainting it. Tiny bit of bubbling underneath the 300 there. Now we're working our way around to here. I noticed that there's some funky, there's some there's a bug there. A bit of bubbling here, and they've done a poor job of masking. You know, they got some paint on the chrome there, and it looks like someone stuffed some kind of caulking or something there. So fender looks pretty straight. No bubbling around the drain holes. Bit of distortion on the chrome strip here. I do have another one of these, so in the back shed, so I might be able to throw one of those in. Again, like I say, the floor pan of the trunk is solid. Let's get under here. This area under here looks very solid. No, let me see if I can. Yeah, that looks really solid under here. Okay. That looks completely undisturbed from the factory. Looks really very original, that. Let's see. Let's have a look under here. Tiny little bit of rot underneath this jack point. There's a little hole here. You can see that. Ah, there you go. Little hole here. Doesn't seem to have taken the hole too bad. That seal looks actually a little deviation at the bottom there. See where it's been dented up a little bit, but that looks pretty good. I cannot get this door open for love nor money, so I can't assess that. That's just jammed. So obviously it's the lock's dried up and seized up. Chrome is all good, same as on the other two. Door cards in OK shape, little discoloration run down from the cleaner, that is, I think. Wood again is shot. This one is in so-so shape here. Oh, and the door seal here, this is a lot of surface rust here, but no rust through. No rust through yet on there, so you got to kind of jump on that, stop that. Door jam's okay. Can't see, can you, the bloody backlighting? There you go. It's tricky lighting. Okay, let me go round to the front, then we'll get on the inside. Chrome on the A-pillar is really nice. Oh, missing wiper arms. I do have some of those kicking around, so I'll throw those in. This fender's very straight, no dents. And underneath this wheel arch, bit of underseal there, but that looks pretty darn solid, all that. Like I say, can always go a little further for people. Just give it a... That looks really solid under there, under this corner. That looks factory. A little surface rust here, but that does look factory to me. There's the drain hole plug. That is clear, which is good. This looks factory jack. Doesn't look distorted into the rocker, which is good. See a little overspray on the chrome there, where they didn't do a good... Didn't even bother taking the chrome off, lazy buggers. The inner rocker feels solid. Right, back round to the front. Overall, the chrome is in very good shape for a car sitting out there like that. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's a good strong 7 or 8, I would have said. A little discoloration. Oh, actually, yeah. And it's pretty straight. I've got a sticker on there. Headlight bezels are nice. Chrome's good on the fog lights. Very good on the grille guard. Little dent here. They look pretty good. Okay, we just do all the chrome. Do the rear. The rear is very nice. Tail light surrounds look pretty good. Little dent here. Euro model, obviously. Little discoloration there. I think there's a slight dent here as well. See it? Did notice on the rear left here, on the top blade, we've got some few dents here. A couple here, one here, little diddy one there. Lens is a bit naff there, but you know, passable and all that. But get the fuel door open. Normally you got a license plate. That's, where is that? That's there. So that's what I normally grab hold of. Always a little bug again. This top plate seems to be pretty smooth. Mine's actually quite dented up on my 6.3. There's all the sunroof mechanism over there, as you can see. Have a look in the back here. Fuel tank appears to be pretty dent free, actually. Not all bashed up. Fuel pump right there. Up there, you see it. I don't have a big fancy jack to jack the thing up. Wish I could get it up in the air. Tiny little surface rust here. You can see the under floor here. It looks pretty decent, actually. That's all the carpet rubbish. You don't want that, I tell you. Okay. There we go. Again, like I say, this is very solid. Oh no, I found a hole. Little rot through here. Did not see that, so it's another issue. So you got a little rot through there to deal with. So I want everyone to know exactly what they're getting. So this one and the front one is the mains ones I found. So you've got get at least 3 fingers in here, so it gives you an idea. So be aware of that one. But this is all lovely and solid. Now the interior was filthy. I tell you, it took me hours. I see the seats cleaned up pretty decent. Still a bit whiffy in here, but they cleaned up pretty. The old MB Tech's indestructible material. There's a little tear here. Someone's put some kind of glue or something there to repair it, but that's the only tear I found. Carpets are absolutely horrendous, so I pulled out the main footwell ones just to air them out and to get some that mouldy smell out, and also to get the make sure the floors don't stay wet. There's a little surface rust down by the throttle connection to the floor, but the floors are incredibly nice. They're much better than my 6.3. My 6.3 has a lot of dents and stuff in them, but this is the driver's side, like I say. Pull this back. Inner rocker's good, but really good on the floor. So that's that. And then to the other way. Unlock this. This one equally good on the floor, very nice, you can see, very straight. Now that hole that we found on the other side is the other side of this tar stuff, so like I say, I want to be absolutely straight with everyone so they know what they're getting into. So there is an area here that's going to need some attention, but the floor itself, this is absolutely solid as a rock. There's a little tiny surface rust on the inner rocker here, which I'll probably shoot some acid etch in to arrest it, but like I say, this is a real bonus to have a nice floor like that. Quick access to the dash, assessment of the dash. Obviously there's electric windows here. They seem to be not operable when I put the battery on, so that's an issue. Laminates on the dash look pretty shot. I do have another glove box door I can throw in. It looks like it's a burl walnut dash, which is a shame that it's all trashed, but anyway, the top windscreen bow is shot to hell. The dash top pad is not bad, it's got one crack right there. Other than that, it's in pretty nice shape. Old style steering wheel doesn't have the pad in the middle, but I may be able to source one of those from the other two 108s I just bought the other week. The rings around the speedometer and the temperature and fuel bezel are in here. See, they got these rings here, so they're there, like the fuse box cover. All this carpet, you've got to get rid of it. It's freaking horrendous. You've got to get rid of it. So that's a definite. Let me show you to the back. Now, as you can see, the back, someone's tried to match the seats. They've pulled these seats out of something else, so they're not matching seats. I prefer the front seat colour, obviously, because it matches. So you're going to need, or this is just discoloured, because it's got a colour in here, see, similar to the front. So maybe that was original, it's just gone weird. There's some kind of weird deviation to the seat here. Not sure what's going on with that. But overall, that is that on the back there. Rear partial shelf is pretty trash, so that's going to need recovering. Here's the floors again, and you can see they are beautiful. Look at that floor, that's really nice. I wish my 6.3 floors were like that, mine are all dented up. And this one over here, look at that, That's really nice. Maybe a slight dent there, but nets in the back. Seats came up pretty good. I tell you, they were really filthy. Oh, headliner. Headliner is in pretty filthy shape. There is a tear here, see, and a tear up front, and also no sun visors that have been taken out. So headliner is obviously got to be addressed. So I'm not sure what else to talk about on the car really. Like I say, the floor's good. We got that one big hole on the front there that I don't think is a deal breaker because of the type of car it is. Little deviation in the grille here, see, that's been bumped into. Blue plate. All the glass is in pretty nice shape. We do have a little chip here on there. Little dent here in the chrome. I'm trying to point out everything I've seen. Real mismatch of wheels. I do have some of these type of wheels. I think the regular steel wheels, so I've got them over there, see, at the back of the SL over there. So I've got those. These are fairly new looking tyres on the front, kind of a mishmash on the back. Oh, also one other thing, the air suspension. I think, as I said, you saw the rescue video, the car was lifted at the front. The front airbags appear to be in quite good shape, and I'm wondering now, I talked to Pierre about it, I'm wondering whether they raised the car to kind of take stress off the airbag. So that's that might be a little bit of a bonus, but let's see. I think there's a blue spot radio in there actually. Floor pumped. But as you can see, the interiors are, you know, I mean, it obviously needs a lot of work to get it, you know, comfortable and nice for somebody, but this is a 3.5 and it might be a nice opportunity to get one. You know, not a stupid price like some of these things go for. I think that's pretty much all I can think of right now. If you've got any questions about the car, inquiries, I'm going to put it up for offer on the group, and if we don't get any bites on that, I'll probably just stick it on Bring a Trailer. So if you are interested, PM me, and you know, if you want to make an offer, I'll, you know, obviously want to try and get the best I can so I can carry on putting the money towards other cars to rescue, but it would be nice to have someone in the group buy it and we can see it get all fixed up. So, but I think it's a you know, a good starter car to get into, because it's a lot of work to be done to it, but there's some good bones here to begin with. So that's it for now, and I will see you in the next one. Take care guys, thanks a lot.